Well, wildfire season is just around the corner, and insurance companies across Idaho are taking a hard look at who they will insure. After wildfire threats year after year, a reassessment is leaving many homeowners without insurance. Let's bring in Abby Welt, who spoke to an agent about the insurance crisis. Abby?
Hunter, an insurance agent I spoke with, says they're deciding if some areas are too risky to insure because it's wildfire prone, or if it's still profitable for them. They say fires have become more intense recently, making them question whether the risk is worth taking.
And then we got a letter saying that they were dropping us.
Dana Newbaum knows this frustration all too well, repeatedly losing home insurance coverage in Idaho.
In 3 months, we've had 3 insurance companies.
The struggle to insure her Cascade home continues to this day. She finally found a plan, but even they won't cover wildfire risks.
Light a match to our house and let it burn up. But if a forest fire came through, it wouldn't be covered.
Farmers insurance agent Troy Hooper says deciding what homes are worth the risk to insure is a challenge every agency is facing.
Any insurance carrier who is in an area like that is going to assess their risk and decide whether they're profitable or not, or if it's a good risk or not.
Companies take each area in the gem state and rank them based on environmental factors, like how dry an area is and how susceptible it is to wildfires. An area can be low risk, moderate risk, or high risk.
As you go farther up in the mountains, you've got the higher extreme ones.
Then agents can assess properties too. If they decide a home is prepared for a wildfire, they'll decide to take that risk.
I was insuring a place up in Cascade that is right behind the fire station. And I had to send a map to farmers to say, no, seriously, they are right behind the fire station.
Hooper says it's not all out of the hands of the homeowners either. They can make improvements to their property, like adding green, wet area around a home in the woods to reduce wildfire risk and give agencies the confidence to insure them.
You want to make sure that there's at least a border area to protect the house.
Hooper says if you are dropped, there's always other options.
Call your agent. That should be your first call. Find out, what's my next step? Can I get in with another carrier?
Under Idaho's Fair Plan Act, Hooper says every homeowner has the right to property insurance, and if they can't get it through a regular agency, like Farmers, they can work through a fair plan to find an alternative option.
I know people get really panicky when things like this happen. Stop and take a breath and realize you can get through this.
Hooper says some of the areas that have been most recently affected were the Valley County and the Boise foothills, both places that had severe wildfires last season.
Yeah, and we expect fire season typically around May, so with that 2-month window or so, it's a good reminder to start fire prevention now.
It is, and Hooper said that's things like making sure there's that green area around your home, making sure brush is trimmed back, and that trees aren't planted too closely together to cause fires.
Yeah, good advice there. Thank you, Abby.